Welcome to Flow into Alignment. Do you struggle with low back pain when you're doing yoga, especially with your sun salutations? Well, today I'm going to show you a couple hacks that you can use to help with that. And you're going to use pillows and a yoga block. So grab your yoga mat, a couple pillows, your yoga block, and join me today as I walk you through how to do Sun Salutation A to prevent you from having low back pain. So first of all, why do I constantly focus on Sun Salutation A over any of the other Sun Salutations? And that is because all you're adding into Sun Salutation B and C is chair pose, Warrior 1 and Warrior 2. Well, a lot of times we really need to focus on Sun Salutation A since it's the foundation of everything else that's coming afterwards. So I told you I'd help you walk through Sun Salutation A if you have low back pain. Let's go ahead and jump on in. You're going to want to grab a couple pillows. And it's definitely going to be interesting, this hack, because it's so amazing how easy it is to use to help you get strong, but also take all of the tension and work out of your lower back. You're going to place those pillows, your pillows, long ways on your mat. So that way they can stay here the whole entire time you're doing your Sun Salutation A. The block you could always use between your knees if you wish. This is again a great tool to activate your core and help make sure it gets stronger. And if you don't know, just a couple areas that make up your core are your feet, your adductors, which a lot of times people think of them as their inner thighs, your pelvic floor, your transverse abdominis, and your gluteus medius. So the block always helps activate. So we're first going to start in standing pose because that's how we always start with Sun Salutation A. Block between the knees. Take nice deep breaths. I always like to start with really long, deep breaths to help bring my focus and concentration into my body, to help feel what my body is feeling and help make sure I feel if my core is activating. Pressing firmly into your feet and making sure the majority of your weight is in the front of your feet. If your weight's in the back of your feet, it's only going to put more pressure on your lower back because it's going to make your lower back work more than it should, making it overcompensate. So this is the beginning of your process of taking the discomfort out of your lower back or the pain and moving it to where it is the front of your body is taking over. Then you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades towards the spine, rotate the arms, and point the hands forward, reaching the top of the head to the ceiling. You're going to start with an inhale, reaching those arms out and up. As you exhale, squeeze the block, bend the knees if you need to, curling forward. Do not press back into your hips. Again, that will activate the lower back. You do not want to activate the lower back more than it should be. You don't want it to take over. Exhaling all the way into forward fold. Tuck the chin. Allow the back to relax. Use your legs and your core. On your inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades to the spine for flat back. Press into your feet. Squeeze the block. Squeeze the shoulder blades to spine. Flat back. You'll know that flat back is not doing the right thing when you are sticking your tailbone up and you're arching into your back. This is not flat back. This is not even cow position. This is putting too much strain in your lower back. Press into your feet, squeeze your block, tuck your pubic bone towards your belly button. Reach your tailbone straight out and squeeze the shoulder blades to the spine so you have a flat back. Exhale. Remove your block. Place your hands down and step your feet back into tabletop. You're going to take your pillows, bring them back towards you. Now here comes your trick. So you can be in tabletop or you can choose to do plank. For plank, you want to make sure that you don't make the back overwork, the lower back overwork. What does that mean for plank? It would look like a swayed back. This is making the back work. This is making the core work. Tucking your pubic bone towards your belly button. For Chaturanga, you're going to slide your weight forward into your fingertips and hands. Exhale, squeeze the elbows in, land on your pillows. You can drop the knees. As you inhale, reach the chin up by squeezing and reach the chest up by squeezing the shoulder blades to the spine. Really aggressively squeeze the shoulder blades to the spine. Continue to reach the chest forward, pressing your hips into the pillows, straightening the arms, reaching up into up dog, really pressing your pubic bone into the pillows, taking the weight and pressure off of your lower back. As you exhale, tuck your chin. Continue to tuck your pubic bone towards your belly button. Curl into catted back. You can press back into down dog. Might want to move your pillows, slide them forward. You can use a wedge underneath your wrist or your heels. You do not have to have your heels on the ground, especially if you're dealing with lower back pain. I would recommend that you lift your heels up. Continue to reach your tailbone up as you bend the knees towards your chest so that you start helping your back come into a neutral position, taking deep breaths. You want your spine to be straight. You don't want it to be too curled in this direction, kind of in a catted position. You don't want it too curled into a cow position either. You want it just nice and straight, a little bit of a chin tuck. On your inhale, you're going to look towards your hands. Bend the knees if they're not bent, and just walk the feet, really pressing the feet firmly into the ground, grabbing your block. Make sure the weight is over your toes, so in the balls of your feet. Bend the knees if you need to. Squeeze your block. You're going to inhale, flat back. Squeezing the shoulder blades to the spine, pubic bone gently tucking towards your belly button, tailbone reaching out. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, squeeze the block, squeeze the shoulder blades to the spine, reach the arms out, come all the way up, keeping the hips from pushing back. Inhale all the way up, exhale, arms down. Good. We're going to run through that a couple more times, but just a couple takeaways before we move forward. Make sure that your spine stays in a neutral position. You don't want the spine to go in this direction. A sway back is what causes these muscles of your lower back to grab and squeeze. That's what's causing you to have lower back pain the majority of the time, is because the hips are in incorrect position. Now, if your spine's in misalignment, that's a completely different story. You need to go visit your local chiropractor. But if it is just the fact that you don't have a strong core and your back is taking over, your gluteus maximus are taking over, your lower back muscles are taking over and causing you to go in this direction. Also because your inner thigh muscles are weak, these take over. So all of that is making you have a sway back a lot of times. So what you need to do is strengthen the core. Using the block between the knees really helps to get the core strong and pressing into the feet. Also, sometimes as you're working through this, it is okay to have knees that are not completely straight. As long as you're really working the muscles of your legs and your core, eventually your legs will be able to straighten out. But at first, sometimes getting the hips into a neutral position takes knees that are slightly bent. Not completely bent. There's a difference between bent and too straight. There's kind of that happy medium, and you can feel your tailbone pointed more down towards the ground. That's what you want, is your tailbone pointed directly down to the ground when you're standing and directly out straight when you are either a forward fold or a flat back. You do not want that tailbone reaching all the way up to the ceiling or when you're standing all the way out to the side. You kind of want it at that happy medium. So let's do that 2 more times. Place the block between your knees. Press firmly into your feet, making sure you're pressing into the balls of your feet, not your heels. There's about 25% of pressure in your heels. That's it. Standing tall, shoulder blades gently squeeze to the spine. Squeeze the block, soften the knees a little bit if you need to. Roll the shoulder blades back. Open the arms out, palms forward, making sure to also activate the hands and arms there. Take a nice deep inhale, reach those arms out and up. And exhale, forward fold. Do not push your weight back into your hips. Do not let your hips go back in this direction. Keep your hips over your ankles. Forward fold. Exhaling, tuck the chin. Inhale, pressing into your feet, squeezing the block, moving up to flat back, squeezing the shoulder blades to the spine. Pubic bone pulling towards the belly button. Exhale, forward fold. Remove your block. Place your hands down, mat width. Making sure you don't move your chest. Again, do not push the weight back. Take the weight into the hands, then step back into a plank or tabletop or knees down plank. You might have to shift your weight as you grab your pillows, slide them back, and then place your weight back where it was. Activating the feet and inner thighs and your core. Slide your weight forward and exhale, squeeze the elbows in, Chaturanga. You might have to adjust your legs. Keep those feet active. Adjust the legs, keep the feet active. As you inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades to the spine. Press your pubic bone down into your pillows. Reach with the shoulder blades up. Reach the chest forward. Upward dog. Exhale, curl the chin, curl the tailbone and pubic bone, back into tabletop. Stepping the feet forward, moving your pillows, taking your hands forward, your feet back. Lift the heels up, bend the knees. Slide the weight back into the back of your body so you have a nice V shape. Pressing firmly into your feet, belly button to spine. Deep breaths, gentle chin tuck. On your inhale, look to the hands. Walk the feet forward. And always move those pillows one more time. Plant your feet firmly. Take your block, squeeze it between your knees. On your inhale, move into flat back, shoulder blades to spine. Pubic bone towards the belly button. Exhale, forward fold. Use your legs and feet and shoulder blades to spine as you inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, arms down. Good. Oh, you should start feeling like you're definitely exercising. That should start feeling, you should start feeling warm and worked out. You're using as many muscles as you should. All right, one last time. Take a nice inhale, reach your arms out and up. As you exhale, squeeze the block, lean out and forward without pushing your hips back. Tucking the chin. Inhale, flat back. Feet and legs strong. Shoulder blades to spine. Pubic bone towards belly button. Exhale, forward fold, remove the block. Place your hands down. Step back, plank. Knees down, plank or tabletop. Slide pillows towards you with one hand. Activate the feet, slide forward to your fingertips. Pull the elbows in, squeeze your arms as you exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, shoulder blades to spine. Use the shoulder blades to help you come up. Feet and legs active, chest forward. Inhaling, upward dog, pubic bone pressing into the pillows. Exhale, curl your chin, curl your back through cat position. Slide those pillows again with just that one hand. Exhale, press back to down dog. Taking deep breaths. Heels lifted, knees bent. Tailbone is reaching towards the corner of the wall. So the upper corner where the wall and the ceiling meet. You don't want to be reaching the tailbone all the way up to the ceiling. Make sure those arms are nice and long and reaching through their arms, belly button to spine. Taking deep breaths in down dog, pressing into your feet. On your inhale, look to the hands. Walk your feet towards your hands. Grab your block. Squeeze between your knees. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms out, squeezing your block, coming all the way up. Exhale, arms down. Good. Again, that should be a bit of a workout. If you're using all the muscles of your body, you should really feel wrung out. Watch this as many times as you need to help, and over time, this will help bring all the work into your core, out of the outsides of your legs and your lower back, and help take that pressure and pain off your lower back. Can't wait to see you next time. Have a great day.